this part begins. And we see the little girl, using her power, saying, "Ah, right, children of Yaoqi, wait here. My inheritance isn't suitable for you. When the trial is over, I'll send you out of here." And the female elder is surprised to hear this. Then she comes down and says thank you to the little girl. And the female elder is thinking, it's best to not get involved in such a matter. And then some disciples are talking, and one of the disciples is saying, "It's so enviable that Yochi gets such treatment." And the other disciple says, "Right, who else is close to the third great sage?" Then the saint says to the little girl, "Senior, I have another friend here, could be senior." And the female elder and Ning Tian are shocked to hear the saint's words. And the little girl is asking the saint, "What? Is that your husband? Or the one you're in love with?" So the saint says to the little girl, "And no. He isn't my husband or anything like that. He's the husband of the heavenly demonic sex Empress." And the little girl is shocked to hear the saint's words, and she says, "He's so young, and only at the Earth King real, but he's such a powerful wife." Then Ning Tian says to the saint, "Saint, there's no need. I'm actually interested in the third great sage's inheritance." And the little girl gets happy after listening to Ning Tian, and she laughs and says, "Good. If I can get the inheritance, my physique will drastically improve." Second stage, and the little girl is about to start the trial using her power. And her skeleton comes down now. Then the skeleton has used its power, due to which many gates start opening at that place. And seeing this, everyone gets very surprised at what is happening here. Then the little girl tells those people, "There are 9 gates. If you enter the golden gate, you'll live. If you enter the black gate, you'll die. And if you enter the purple one, you'll be trapped in a nightmare forever. Now choose." And after listening to the little girl's words, one disciple says, "Is there even a choice? Of course, we want to live. There's no difference between death and an endless nightmare." Then the other disciple says, "Wait, why is she so nice out of nowhere? Is trying to fool us with irony?" Then we see 2 men, and one of them is saying, "No matter what, I'm choosing to live." And the other man says, "I want to see if that great saint is tricking us." And Ning Tian is thinking while looking at the little girl, there is obviously a catch, but I cannot tell what's her point. System, use the mind reading card. Then Ning Tian activates his card, currently activating the mind reading card. Then Ning Tian is able to hear the thoughts of the little girl, and the little girl is saying, "Haha, life, death, isn't life death? Is death not life? Is it that easy to escape from death? So, no matter if it's the door of life or the door of death, they both end the same." And listening to the thoughts of the little girl, Ning Tian thinks, "Only the third door can give me a way out." Then Ning Tian starts going towards the purple gate, and seeing this the little girl is surprised and she is thinking, that kid actually chose the purple door. And Ning Tian goes inside the purple gate. And when he goes inside, he is saying, "Is this the smell of blood and smoke? Inside is the heavenly wind city?" And when he goes inside, he sees a disciple of his sect, who is saying to Ning Tian, "Patriarch, avenge us." This place is an illusion, due to which Ning Tian is seeing the scenes of his past. And when he goes ahead, he sees the man who killed the female disciple of his sect. And at that time the girl is asking Ning Tian to save her. But the man who is killing her is saying to her, "All men of the heavenly demonic sect are useless. They can't even protect one woman." And Ning Tian sees how he has killed that man. But that man is saying to Ning Tian, "What? You want to avenge your fellow disciples?" And Ning Tian says to him, "Do you think I wouldn't dare to?" But that man is laughing very loudly and is saying to Ning Tian, "Kill me. If you don't, I'll slaughter your entire sect." And Ning Tian is getting very angry after listening to his words. And Ning Tian is surrounded by many shadows. And that shadow is saying to Ning Tian, "Right, I want to avenge them." All these shadows are washing Ning Tian's mind, and Ning Tian is saying, "I'm going to kill you all. Yes, all of you." But then a golden-colored aura starts coming out from Ning Tian, and he is saying, "As long as you start killing, you'll be trapped endlessly fighting here." No. He's already dead. He's a dead man, why would I kill him again? What's going on? Suddenly, I feel so dizzy. And then Ning Tian's eyes open and he gets up from his bed, and holding his head he says, I'm in my room? Was that a dream? And then Luo Wuqing comes to that place, and she is saying to Ning Tian, You're awake? And Ning Tian is surprised to see Luo Wuqing near him, and Luo Wuqing puts her hand on Ning Tian's head and says to him, You have been sweating profusely. What was your dream about? And Ning Tian says to Luo Wuqing, I dreamt about a bunch of people in a tomb. I entered the door of nightmares, and then I saw the heavenly wind city. And Luo Wuqing says to Ning Tian, You must have tired yourself from all the training. Let me help you relax. Husband, how do you feel? Then Luo Wuqing starts coming closer to Ning Tian, and Ning Tian is surprised to see this action of Luo Wuqing. Then Ning Tian holds Luo Wuqing's hand and says to her, I feel like your acting is a bit too much. My wife isn't like this. But Luo Wuqing does not reply to Ning Tian's words. Then we see that the saint is at that place, and Queen Mother is also there. And Ning Tian is very shocked to see those people, and he is saying, Damn, why did these two appear too? How on earth am I supposed to fight this? 3 against 1? Then we see that now Queen Mother and the saint both are feeling very horny, and the saint is also looking at Ning Tian very lovingly, and she is saying to Ning Tian, Naturally, it's something that will make all of us happy. Then Luo Wuqing snaps her fingers, due to which the whole scene changes. And Ning Tian is very surprised to see this place, and he is saying, The immortal spring? And the saint is in front of him, and the saint is saying to Ning Tian, Patriarch, this spring contains your spiritual cue. Every time I come into the spring to bathe, I can't help but think of the Patriarch's magnificence that day. If we cultivate together here, it'll give us great benefits. Then Luo Wuqing and Queen Mother come close to Ning Tian, and Luo Wuqing says to Ning Tian, Dear husband, come on. Let's break through together. And after listening to their conversation, Ning Tian is thinking, This place is no different than the heavenly wind city. If I cannot withstand the trial, I'll sink into lust and die when they're done with me. Then Ning Tian says to Luo Wuqing, I said that my wife doesn't act like this. Queen Mother of the West, Yaoqi Saint, this isn't you either. And this, I've seen through your tricks. And after listening to Ning Tian, Luo Wuqing says to Ning Tian, I don't believe that you can withstand it. And the Queen Mother says to Ning Tian, That's right, sisters. We need to show him how strong we are. Then we see that Luo Wuqing uses her power to create a lot of shadows, which start moving towards Ning Tian, and Ning Tian starts feeling the pinch, and all the shadows are saying to Ning Tian, Dear husband, don't you like me? Why don't you look at me? But then Ning Tian asks the system to activate God's record, due to which a golden-colored aura starts coming out of Ning Tian's body, due to which all the shadows go away from Ning Tian. And Ning Tian opens his eyes and he says happily that finally it is over? And there is a purple gate in front of him, and he is coming out of the purple gate and saying, I'm not the simple man you see me as. And when he comes out of the purple gate, there is a very good view in front of him, and Ning Tian is moving forward and saying, Is that within the dream? Or have I left that hell and returned to reality? But then someone calls Ning Tian, and when Ning Tian looks back, there are 2 disciples behind him. And the first disciple among them says to Ning Tian, The Patriarch has returned too. But as soon as Ning Tian sees both of them, he steps back, and seeing this both disciples are very surprised. And Ning Tian is thinking while looking at both of them, I don't know if they are an illusion or not. And asks the system to activate the mind-reading card, due to which Ning Tian is able to hear the thoughts of both of them. And the first disciple is thinking about Ning Tian, the Patriarch so strong. If only I could be as strong as him. And the second disciple is thinking in his mind, Is this the legendary Patriarch of the heavenly demonic sect? He's kind of handsome. I heard he's a true man of character. I wonder is he better than me? And Ning Tian is surprised to hear the conversation between them, and he is thinking, Why are the Tianbao Holy Land's disciples so weird? Listening to their thoughts confirms that they're real though. It looks like I'm back to the real world. Then Ning Tian said, Holy Sunling Ao, when did you return? So the disciple says, Patriarch, we just arrived after you. At the same time he is very happy and says, I'm speaking with the Patriarch. Then Ning Tian asks both of them, Did you come out of the purple door? What dream did you experience? Don't tell me that you came from the life door. And the disciple says yes to Ning Tian, and he tells, after entering through the door, I met several wicked spirits at the peak of the Earth King realm. I arrived here after killing them. And Ning Tian gets very angry on hearing this, and he says that I have been tricked. And the system tells Ning Tian, the host, to calm down. This isn't the system's fault. While the host was using the mind-reading card, the third great sage happened to be thinking of something else. Then Ning Tian is saying while thinking, looks like that senior planned to take advantage of people's reverse point of thinking from the beginning, making the trial hard to predict. And the disciple says to Ning Tian, Patriarch, could it be? The patriarch came out of the purple door? So Ning Tian says yes to him. And as soon as everyone hears that Ning Tian has come from the purple door, they all get very shocked, and they are saying, the dream created by the great emperor was defeated by the patriarch? Yes, senior brother and others chose the purple door too, but they haven't returned yet. I heard that most of the people who chose that door didn't return. I guess that it's a hard trial to defeat. And then the system says to Ning Tian, you shocked Ling Ao and the rest, elementary earth rank martial art earned, sword tracing shadow. Tenfold comprehension. Comprehension complete. The host's godly physique has slightly improved, and listening to the system, Ning Tian is thinking, the godly physique always amazes me, but this time, the effect wasn't as good as the system's tenfold speed and thunder tribulation's spiritual veins, perhaps because there is no cultivation progress. Then we look at Ning Tian's status. Host, Ning Tian, strength, 4-star Earth King realm, physique, godly physique, small progress, skills, god rank skill, god's record, small accomplishment. Martial arts, water dragon step, heavenly demonic palm, heavenly sound slasher, nimble path, sword tracing shadow. And Ning Tian is thinking, it happens, but how can I improve my physique? Then we see a man who is getting very angry at Ning Tian, and he is thinking, damn it, how did this guy get so lucky and not die within the purple door? But then some movement starts happening at that place, feeling that everyone is very surprised, and they are unable to understand what is happening. Then they see a tree. And when they look carefully, they see many weapons, which are very powerful. And these are immortal weapons, and as soon as they look at the weapons, one of those men becomes very powerful. He moves forward rapidly to get those weapons. But then someone attacks that man, due to which he dies in one stroke. And seeing this, all the people get shocked, and one of them is saying, that man just now was at least at the Sky King realm, but he was killed on the spot with just one palm. Then we see a beautiful, let's look at the lady who is talking to those people, those who dare to break my third great sage's rules shall die. She is the third great sage's big sister?